and you are tuned in. It's like, I'm like 5, 3, 1. Yeah. This is Morning Journal session number 210, and I am your host. My name is G. Morning Journal. We're back. I know you might have missed us if you're used to seeing us on YouTube. We were not able to stream onto the other platforms yesterday. But here we are. We're back and better than ever, I hope. We do this every Monday through Friday, though, at 6 a.m. Eastern-ish. The VIP is already popping. We go live on the VIP at 6 in the morning. If you want to figure out how to get there, you can see on your screen how to find the links to all the places that we are. But yeah, we're live. We're going to have some conversations around some prompts that you see in the background. If you're listening to the replay, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, and this is your first time, it might be a little bit different than what you're used to in a podcast situation, but I think it's going to be cool. So rock with us a little bit. It's going to be, some good energy. You can kind of just fold some clothes, wash some dishes, and just listen in and reflect on some of the ideas that we're going to be sharing. And and if you like it, go ahead on and subscribe, leave us a rating. The thing to help. I appreciate you. All right, so over on the VIP, we already had the conversation rolling. The first prompt that we're going to be talking about today, if you would like to join in on the conversation, is this. What's something that you do every day that has a major impact on your life? Every day. Special shout out to Alberto, who just came into the room. We got the tallest gnome here as well. Came in Ash and Leo, folks who popped in while I was doing my intro thing. On a Purple Friday, we are here starting with this question. What is something you do every day that has a major impact on your quality of life? I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing some of the stuff that folks have already responded with. So Noble Ancient starts the conversation. It was for me, my everyday event is to spend time with Alexis and Harley, and that has a very positive impact on my life. So spending time, quality time with the people who are closest to you, that you love, has a positive impact on your quality of life. I think a lot of times we can take for granted the simple act of, investing time in relationships with people who are closest to you. So I can definitely appreciate that, Noble. Jehovah Thickness says, even though G isn't the biggest fan, but making lavender coffee every day puts me in a calm mood. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll allow it. I will allow it. I'm not going to leave you alone. We've already covered this. I'm not going to beat it to death. So DJ Schizo says, DJing relaxes me and takes away my stress and worries. So engaging in your craft, whatever it might be, doing something creative, alleviates your stress and your worry. Alberto, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. Sure. So, Awesome Lime says, I talk to a friend. We listen to each other and express whatever emotion is present and check in throughout the day. It is very therapeutic on both ends. Well, Awesome Lime, I'm glad to hear that. It's great to have people in your life that you can connect with on a daily basis, that you can support each other. That's awesome. I think we all would value having that type of relationship. Hello, Alexis. Welcome in, and thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. Alberto dropping the spoons. showing that support early and often. Love that. Someone brought it to my attention that I say that too much. So I'm not going to say it again today. Good morning. Good morning, Jay. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hope you're feeling okay. If you're up right now, it's probably it's a baseline. Oh yeah, we did ask, what did you eat? That was our check-in prompt. What did you eat was a question that we asked. So if you want to let us know, we're here for it. Okay, what's next? Alberto says, getting my Starbucks. I feel effed up right now because I'm at the airport and Starbucks is closed. All right, F in the chat for Alberto not being able to get his Starbucks, for being so he got to have Starbucks. We fancy, huh? Oh man. Tim says he didn't need that Starbucks. He'd be all right. Said, nah, we just grown. We not fancy, we just grown. I could dig it. So we're talking about our daily things that we do that make a huge impact on the quality of life. I mean, I'm someone who has to have coffee every day too. It doesn't have to be Starbucks, but coffee. Alexis says that making sure basic needs are covered, like sleep, eating, and making sure I take care of my family, and it makes me happy when I can do that. So here comes Tim with the controversial opinion that coffee is gross. I don't know. It's just like coffee drinkers always, I think it's true for almost anyone who likes a thing. They want other people to like it too. Like you don't like it. Oh, you just haven't had the right, you haven't had the right blend yet. I gotta, let me put you on. What is it about us that we want to put people on, right? I guess it's just the fact that when we enjoy something, we want others to enjoy it with us. I guess that's what it is. But we steady be trying to put folk on, don't we? Sharing is caring, yeah. So someone anonymously shared that not eating is something that they do every day, and that's having a major impact on your quality of life. I know our first prompt was asking the question, what did you eat? I know a lot of people have struggles with food, unhealthy relationships with food for a variety of reasons, and that can definitely have a huge impact on the quality of your life. So hopefully, if that's something that you're struggling with, I know you answered anonymously, so you don't have to speak up, but hopefully you're getting the support that you need to, build a healthy relationship with the way that you nourish your body. Noble Ancient says caffeine is in more than coffee. That's true, Noble. I know you be doing that Mountain Dew. So Jay's sharing the struggle that she had with an eating disorder, sending love to whomever shared that anonymously. It's always good to know that you're not alone in what you're going through, right? So, all right. If we're ready, drop a heart in the chat. If we're ready, we can go on to the next prompt. Let me know if y'all ready. We just kind of easing through the situation on this Friday morning. This is one of 3 streams that we're going to do today. This is the other 2 will be exclusively on Spoon. Alberto, thank you so much. I appreciate you, fam. All right, I saw 1 heart in the chat, so I will go ahead and get ready to pull up the next prompt. I'm closing down the request box for this one. Now let's see what we got. So here's one. Let it snow, let it snow. It's starting to feel like spring around here, but I still like to see a little snow. I appreciate it. So what are you rushing through? What are you rushing through? And like, yeah, what's that about? What's the rush? I think it's extremely valuable to have, to find a pace that works for what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Anytime there's something that is a long game, you have to navigate and find a pace that is conducive to you being able to make it to the end, right? So what you are rushing through, Alberto, I don't know why I can't say Alberto's name right now. I was saying Alberto's name like I was Tony Soprano, like I got something in my mouth. But Alberto says that I'm rushing through DFW. Hoping my flight don't get canceled. It's another snowstorm in Chicago. Yeah, I guess that's something that you always have to worry about if you're gonna travel to a place that is notorious for bad weather. So what are you rushing through and what is that about? Finding your pace, that is the question. That's what we're working with right now. And while we're thinking about that, it also might be worthwhile to think about what are the things that make you rush. So you might notice what it is that you're rushing through, but it's also worth thinking about sort of the triggers or the things in the environment that make you feel as though you need to rush. And thinking about ways that you can maybe make your space a little more conducive to the pace that you are trying to keep. I think a lot of times we have a lot of stimulation around us and it creates this false sense of how fast you need to go. When you watch people do races, a lot of times they'll have like a pace car or someone like a pace keeper to kind of run so that you don't get out too fast. I think we need to try to find ways to do that for ourselves. So let's see if we can ease into this next little part of the conversation. See what you have shared. So Britt says, I'm rushing to get my apartment stuff done. Adulting sucks. It sure does, huh? It's stressful and annoying, and I want to go back to being 5. What are you rushing through is the question. And what's that about? I think a lot of times whenever we are doing something that is not necessarily pleasant, we have a tendency to try to get it over with, you know? It's like, I can't sit with this discomfort. I just need to bear down and get through it. Tim says, I rushed through my workout trying to get these abs real quick. I know it doesn't work like that. But whatever. So rushing through. So Tallest Gnome says, I wouldn't suggest rushing through an illness. It doesn't work like that. I think that there's so many things that are indifferent to indifferent to the pace that we're moving. There's some processes that we have no power at all to impact. So your hurrying doesn't make it go any faster. You know, there's a natural pace that things happen outside of our control, and our efforts to affect that are futile and just lead to more frustration. So welcome in Mo and JB and Warrior. Thank you so much for being here. What are you rushing through, and what's that about? That's the question that we are leaning into right now in the conversation. We have the request box open, so feel free to answer in there. All right. Let's take a look. Nova Ancient says, I rush through work with accuracy so I can get home to be with Alexis and Harley, including walking home when I do. I think sometimes it might be worth thinking about clarifying what it actually means to rush. There are ways in which you can move quickly and not rush, right? It's not so much about the speed as it is about sort of what your internal state is. I think rushing kind of implies that there is some sort of level of anxious urgency. So it's not even about the speed, really, I guess. It's about what's happening inside you, your relationship with the task that's in front of you, and how you feel about it. And, you know, it's kind of an internal thing more than it is like what's actually happening to your body as it moves through space, so to speak. Coach, it's good to see you. So we're talking about what the things that we are rushing through, what are they, and why might we be doing it? So Jay says, rushing to give up too fast on math homework. I think the word for that is bailing. That's a different kind of rushing, right? When you bail, when you aren't, you want to hurry up and quit. You just bail. You just run off the stage. I can relate to that. Sometimes the discomfort just is too much. All right. So Warrior says that my recovery from my fractured leg and my detox, because I just want to be normal again. I haven't been what I consider normal for a long time. I know a lot of times when you feel like you're suffering, there is naturally a sense that you want to get it over with. And I think a lot of times when we are in that space, we increase the suffering with our expectation that we can make it go faster. So as much as it's painful to deal with, we increase our suffering by not being open to like what the reality of the situation is and how little control we have. And that's a difficult thing. Good morning, Elise. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. So we're talking about the things that we're running through. What do you think that's about? I mean, I guess a question can come as well, what would happen if I just slowed down? What if I could just allow the time that's inherent to the task be what it is? Would it make it easier or harder to endure it? So Tiger PFK is here. Welcome in. Yeah, what are you rushing through? So Alexa says, I rush through feeling negative emotions so I can get back to feeling somewhat normal. Elise just came to leave a like before going to the gym, telling me to keep my feet dry. That's what's up. All right. So Alexa says, rushing through the negative emotions. I think sometimes when we rush through the things that we're feeling, we don't process them all the way, So they'll come back. If you haven't dealt with it, really come to terms with it, here they come, rolling back up on us, So DJ Schizo says, I don't feel like I rush through anything. I enjoy life. It's like, I'm just chilling, yo. DJ Schizo's got it figured out. It's like, hey, I'm gonna take my time. I'll take my time. Good for you, DJ Schizo. So someone anonymous, so here they are, they're anonymous, but they want to ask what I rush through. If you're going to ask a question, you got to say it with your chest. Hey, Alberto, thank you so much for the spoons. I love that. If you're going to ask me a question anonymously, you got to go ahead and say it with your chest. Why should I answer the question if you won't even tell me who you are? So if you really want me to answer the question, put it in the chat and ask it again out loud. And then maybe, hey, yo, we surfing, baby. We swag surfing this morning. Thank you so much. I love that. Again, I'm not supposed to say that no more, but I do love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Tim is like, dude, answer the question. Oh, man. Okay, so what are you rushing through? So on a micro scale, I would say a lot of times, when I'm in this experience, I rush. I feel a little bit rushed. I feel a little bit, kind of anxious, not being willing to just kind of sit with the energy, and sometimes I feel like I rushed all through what we're going through. And I try to catch myself doing that. Sort of on a micro level, that happens sometimes because I'm thinking about too much stuff. As much as this is sort of an introspective process, and we're having these conversations and they're going where they're going, it always works best when I don't really have anything on my mind, and I can just kind of be present and okay. But a lot of times that doesn't happen. A lot of times I'm, watching the clock, watching all kinds of things that are going on. There's a lot of reasons why I get kind of pulled out of that state of just not thinking. I know that the best insights come when I'm not thinking. So that happens on a micro level. And I think that if I look at a lot of things I do is the same. Sometimes I'm rushing because I'm afraid I'm going to miss something. I feel like the pace of my action doesn't keep up with the pace of my mind. And I have this false belief that I'm going to lose an idea or miss out on something or not make it be as good as it can if I don't hurry up and keep up with the racing pace of my mind. But that's a false belief, because when I look at the best work, it always comes from like a relaxed place. I don't lose anything. It comes back. If it really, most of the stuff ain't that good anyway. I think we can get really impressed with an idea and really cling to it. And then when you look at it later, it was all right. I'll make another one and it'll be okay too. So just kind of a impoverished mind state when it comes to creativity can sometimes either keep you from going because you you can't do it perfectly, or it'll have you rushing through because you can't keep up with the frenzied pace going on in your brain. So yeah, that's me rushing through. I hope that answered whoever anonymously wanted to put that in there. Mind y'all business, y'all don't need to know about me. All right, so patiently, peacefully, we can get ready to go to the next prompt. If you would like, go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat. Thank you, Tiger PFK, for those likes, and Alberto, thank you for the support. All right, I see the hearts coming in the chat. So let's see where we can go next. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, one more. There's one more before we go. And it's Corey-chan and COVID. I get rushing through that. But again, it's one of those things that lies outside of our control. So yeah, let's see where we would like to go next. I think most of these prompts are ones that we have done before, and but I think that they are worth revisiting. I say most, all of them are. But I want to see where we are now. It's good to check in every couple months with some of the classics. So this one is: imagine your life as a game with 10 levels. Which level are you playing now? Imagine your life as a game with 10 levels. Which level are you playing now? I think that our progress is not necessarily linear. It could be the case that you were playing at a higher level at an earlier point in your life, and now you are playing at a lower level. It's not just a steady climb. It can go up and down, and sometimes they're just levels that you enjoy playing. You might have beat the level before, but you liked it, and you want to just go back and enjoy being in that space again. So the request box is open for folks who are in the VIP. If you're watching, go ahead and answer in the chat. That'd be cool as well. Imagine your life as a game with 10 levels. What level are you playing right now? All right, let's see what we got here. So Jehovah Thickness says, currently I'm fighting the boss. Sometimes it feels impossible, but other days I'm going to break his neck. So Jehovah Thickness is in the boss fight. Noble Ancient says that my game levels shift as much as any. Choose your own adventure book. My current stage level is level 8, with every aspect a level might entail. So, someone anonymously said, it's about 7. About 7. Alberto says bonus level 10A after defeating King Koopa. Time to get the princess. I love it. You done beat King Koopa. So Alexis says that I am on level 1, looking at the stage and wondering why I keep dying in the exact same place. You know, one of the interesting things about games, you know, a lot of times, you know, you can kind of create these sort of save points in the game. Once you progress to a certain level, when you die, you don't have to start all the way back over. Because you kind of keep raising your floor so that you're not, you know, you still have accumulated all of the skills and stuff that you had, and you get to pick back up where you left off rather than going all the way back. Jay says the side story of my levels is really frustrating. Yeah, maybe some of us are just kind of on a side quest right now. Sometimes you play a game and you're just out there doing side quests. You know? You're out there playing mini games, doing side quests, trying to build experience points. So Tallest Gnome says, I keep seeing game over, then I try again. Yeah, I guess eventually you run out of, there are games where you just run out of lives, or, you know, it's like when you're in an arcade, you don't get to pick up where you left off every time you drop the quarters in, you start at the beginning. Redacted is here. Welcome in. It's good to see you this morning. So Jay says, I've been stuck for 2 years. I've been stuck on the same level for 2 years. If you're stuck on a level, it might be that you need to do a side quest, right? That might be what you need to just kind of practice. Go in practice mode and see if you can build stronger, build yourself up a little bit stronger. So Jehovah Thickness says, why does this question remind me of SAO? I don't know. Tallest Gnome says, Monday morning I started my day falling off the toilet. Game over. I just went back to bed. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Sword Art Online. Okay, got you. Alberta's like, bro, quick question. Why do people come to the airport dressed like they're attending a fashion show? Because they might want to step through looking clean, baby. People used to dress up, you know? They out in public, they just want to come through, like, step up in the club like who you with? You know? If it makes them feel good. And maybe they have something to do immediately upon arrival. Maybe they're gonna meet somebody maybe somebody's picking them up at the airport that they need to make a good impression on. Yeah. Maybe, you know, maybe first impressions matter. So maybe they're gonna get picked up by, you know, at 5 a.m. You don't know their life. Um, and you never know who you might meet. It's a fashion show. And think about this. You notice that person, or you notice those people as opposed to everybody else. Yeah, you never know. You might catch 2 chains out there. Well, you never know. It's not a representative. Maybe that is them though. Maybe that's just how they go. Maybe that's just how they rock. Avon is here. Welcome in. Avon. I said Avon. Avon ain't here. We're not selling makeup. This is Avon. Right side up, smiling and ready to get the day started. Jovi is here as well. We're talking about the question. You see it in the background. It said, imagine your life as a game with 10 levels. Which level are you playing right now? Keeping in mind that it's not necessarily a linear journey. There are ups and downs. You beat the game and start a different game. So let us know what level you are on right now. So Tiger PFK says level 4 or 5. Enjoy life each day and always learning new things on the job. So I'm at about a 4 or 5. Jehovah Thinking says comfort is everything for me. Yeah, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be comfortable. I think on some level you can feel comfortable physically, but there's a deeper and a different level of comfort that you feel when you know you serving. Your body might experience a little bit of discomfort, but your soul is fed by the fact that you out here serving. You know what I mean? So that you have to choose your level of comfort. Just like I'm comfortable and everybody still look. Sometimes, they don't care what you got on. Wolves don't care nothing about a sheep's clothing. Oh man. And they might be a there's a lot of different reasons why they're looking at you. They might be looking at you like, Lord have mercy, look. They came out of there wearing that. Still get looked at. Yeah, it's like, looked at like you crazy. So Avon says 5, elementary, middle, high, college, post-college. That's the level. I don't know how many more levels you got. Nakano, the silly little pup, is here. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Imagine your life as a game with 10 levels is the question. Which one are you on right now? Jehovah Thickness says, honestly, lady told me to put on more clothes once. Cover yourself, queen. Oh, man. Alberto, thank you so much. DJ Schizo says, on a level 1 to 10, I'm a 34 because that's my age. All right. All right. I see you. Out of 10 levels, I'm on number 34. Warrior says, level 7. I'm not new to this, but I still got a little ways to go. Just a little ways to go. So Avon says, Hopefully there's some travel, a house, building a business, feeling comfy, then retirement. Neon Jesus is here. Welcome in. It's good to see you. So we are imagining our life as a game with 10 levels. Where are you playing at right now? My ancient says Super Mario music. I don't know. Does Super Mario sound like this? I haven't played it in a very long time. I appreciate Britt for dropping that art in the chat, and it's ringed in purple so everybody can see it. Stands out. All right. So like I said, we are always playing in different levels, different phases. It's not always linear. You don't necessarily need to get discouraged if you have a setback. So it's very windy here. I feel like it's storming or something. I don't know. All right, folks, go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat if you are ready to get ready to go to the next prompt. We can do that. What up, Chino? It's good to see you this morning. I love how Alberto's still trying to represent that black and yellow. All right, I see you. Let's go to the next one. All right. Black and gold. I'm sorry. It looks yellow to me. So they ain't got no gold hearts in their fam. You know I'm alpha 5, alpha all day. All right. I don't know what that purple talking about. All right. Let me open up the request box. The question is, what is your most extreme personality trait? And how has it impacted your life and relationships? It's like, what? Your most extreme personality trait. And how has that impacted your life and relationships? You can answer in the request box to make sure I see it. And while you're doing so, say hello to Retha. Retha's popped in. Drop some green hearts in the chat. We got Bex in the building. Good morning, Bex. It's good to see you. What is your most extreme personality trait and how has it impacted your life and relationships or relationships? Bex is checking in from over on YouTube. So, we're on YouTube and Facebook, and we're back today. I guess. All right. Extreme personality trait. Wait a minute. I was about to just share this without reading it, then I recognized who it was. So let me read over this first before I share it. Okay. It's okay. Because, sometimes y'all throw me for a loop, get me demonetized before I'm even monetized. So Jehovah Thickness says, my most extreme personality trait is being very charming and being able to talk my way into getting a job every time, or just charming people in general. It's like, I got that, I got them lyrics for you. Rachel is here. Good morning, Rachel. Always great to see you. Right now we are checking in with the question, what is your most extreme personality trait and how has it impacted your life and your relationships? Request box is open for you. I'd love to hear what you have to say about all that type of stuff. So yeah, let's get into that. Yeah. So a baseline decent blog says that neuroticism, and it makes me focus on negative and it causes mood swings. So I'm extremely neurotic. Just call me Vibes. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Welcome in, Kaloli. I guess Kaloli been out there jamming. I think I saw Kaloli jamming earlier. Hope you had a good stream. Your most extreme personality trait and how it has impacted your relationships and your life. I don't know why I had a hard time saying relationships. It's like I can't put my plurals on. Throw an S on that joint, man. Quit stumbling over that. It's easy. All right. So Yvonne says that I'm an overthinker. Sometimes I'm overprepared and sometimes I convince myself I'm unsatisfied. Overthinker, overprepared, and convincing yourself that you're not satisfied. Yeah, overthinking is a problem. I think for a lot of us, and a book that I'm currently reading kind of touches on how insidious it is and how fruitless it can be to overthink, because we assume that all the best thinking happens inside of our head, when really we think out in the world. We think with other people, we think with our bodies, and we stay trapped in our head and miss the most important thing. Right? So, Pixie Dust, welcome in. It's good to see you this morning. Thank you for being here. Your most extreme personality trait. That is what we're talking about right now. So, mannerisms can help me get here in life. Maybe mannerisms. I'm curious about that one. Coach, if you could say more about that, I'd love to know what you mean by that. So Yvonne is familiar with the idea of staying in your small mind. Yeah, it does that. Jehovah Witness is cursing the vibe. Like, I keep losing audio in this ghetto. I don't know. Maybe it's your connection, yo. Is anybody else having that problem? Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the drama in here. Go ahead and get that. Go ahead and finish ordering that hash brown and egg McMuffin and leave McDonald's and go back to the house, and you might be able to hear us. You know, McWi-Fi is kind of sketchy by definition, so. Noble Ancient says, your personality trait is that of being a tabletop gamer, and it's a positive impact, as I know how not to make it annoying or dangerous in every aspect of my life. So your trait is your identity as a gamer. Coach is like, it's hard to explain, G. I know it's real hard to explain in the chat sometimes, but you know, as long as you kind of understand, a lot of times, even if it's useful to reflect on some of these things yourself, even if you can't necessarily get it across the way that, everyone else gets it, just thinking about it yourself and reflecting on it personally can still be valuable, but we're definitely here for it. So Pixie just finished, had a nice stream. I'm glad that you had a nice stream. All right, let's see what else we got in here. So Chino says, I have BPD and I'm really clingy. Like a Chino, like bounce. It's interesting that the dryer sheet is called bounce. Because maybe that's what you know. I don't know. Y'all, did you get where I'm going? Do I need to like spell that out? I don't know. Do I need to elaborate? I'll just let that be what it is. All right. Jovi says, my most extreme personality trait is I'm direct. No time wasted. Guess who? Games. Who? I said guess who. I don't know. For some reason I had a song living in games. I ain't got time for no games. Oh man. Jovi ain't got time to play no games with you. Alberto says, I'm high maintenance and non-clingy. As I got older, I like to have things I couldn't afford that I now can. And I used to be a sucker for love, but not anymore. I don't know, Alberto. Sometimes you say, I'm not a sucker for love no more. I'm past that. I don't know, Alberto. That's a hard one to get over. It's like I'm sucker free now, baby. All right, Pixie, thank you for being here. Pixie, you did great. I don't know if you answered anything in the request box, but I'm glad that you popped in and shared. Oh, let me share yours before you leave. Don't leave before I share yours. Pixie Duck says, endurance. I like to regress over long distances in my exercise. So out there working on that fitness, getting that run in. All right, Alexis. Alexis is sharing as well. Let's see what we got. Alexis Autumn Elf says, I am resourceful. I can find the only book on poop in the library when no one else is even looking for it. I think maybe, were you using poop euphemistically? Or were you actually looking for, I don't know. Were you just trying not to cuss? Or were you actually looking that up? I mean, you know. Alberto is like, remember Melissa, she came to visit me. We drove her to KCI and you were crying. I don't know. Okay. Okay. There was a book. Oh, so literally though. Okay. Okay. Alberto, I appreciate your transparency and your vulnerability in sharing the journey that you've been on. Thank you so much for sharing that. Sharing the growth, I guess what you would call growth. Jovi's like, that's seems like Exhibit A right there. That's Exhibit A. So DJ Schizo says, I'm relaxed. People trip out when I get grumpy or mad because I normally don't yell. Schizo says, I just be chilling, yo. I'm just here chilling. Welcome in, Jehovah Thickness. Welcome back. Can you hear me? I don't know. Your Wi-Fi was good enough for you to put all that Alberto's like, oh, that was over a decade ago. I've grown. You know, here's to growth, Alberto. I know growth is possible. I know I'm not the same person I was all those years ago. Sometimes we grow in ways we don't realize. We've grown and we haven't acknowledged our growth because we haven't been put in a situation where we can exhibit and demonstrate that growth and prove it to ourselves that we've grown. So that's where the proof shows up. Like, look how much I've grown. And here's a chance for me to show how much I've grown. So SOK says, my biggest trait is my all or nothing tendencies. It's leaked into my thinking, into black and white thinking. So, yeah, we don't acknowledge the continuum, the range of things that are possible. We just notice the extremes. Ain't no little bit. It's either all or nothing. So someone anonymously shared that my flexibility, people usually get what they want out of me and vice versa. That's good and bad with this, but I'm not one to let anyone disturb my peace. So if there is bad, it's usually self-inflicted. I'm not gonna let nobody disturb my peace. I'll tell you that right now. Noble adds in the chat that insightfulness is another personality trait. That's actually a personality trait. The other thing that you said wasn't, but I let it slide because you're you. And you just figure you ain't got to do what everybody else do. So I just, I expect that from you. So thanks for actually answering the question this time, even if you did do it in the chat and not in the box like everybody else, because, Rachel's just listening and processing. That's perfectly fine. Everybody, everybody has to, experience this differently. Rachel, as you're listening and processing, you're doing the same thing that the folks over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You like that little segue into a promo? That's what the folks are doing who are listening back on the replay. They're listening and processing. Hopefully, this experience has added something valuable. And yeah, just kind of thinking through things and reflecting on your own is still worthwhile. So thank you for that setup. We are beyond the top of the hour, so it's past time for me to kind of reset and let folks know. There might be some new folks here, folks who are listening for the first time. So yeah, let's talk about this. So, morning journal. This is session 210. We do this every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time live in the VIP. We usually make it to the other platforms by 6:10, 6:15. If you're not in the VIP and you want to find out how to get there, you'll figure it out. Look on the screen. The links are there. So Dreams Not Enough comes in with all the hype, no doubt. Hey, Yvette T, yo, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, we do this live experience. You can find the links to get to the VIP. If you're not, you can find them in the show notes. If you're listening back on Apple Podcast or Spotify or anything like that, we love you. We love to have you here, and we love for you to be able to meet the cool folks who help make this experience happen. Also, for those who are listening live, we do have 2 additional streams that are going to be happening on today, Friday, February 18th. At 6 p.m. tonight, we'll be going live with Rhythm and Muse. Also, we'll be doing Writer's Room right after that. So, I would love to have you here to be a part of those experiences as well. Those are going to be exclusively here on Spoon. And if you've enjoyed what you've heard so far, if you've enjoyed being here and being a part of this conversation in whatever venue, there are a lot of ways that you can, help us keep this going, support what we have going on here. The thing that I would really love more than anything, let me leave the superlatives out of it. I would really like it, because there's some things I would love more, but I would really like it if you subscribe to the newsletter, because that's one thing that they can't take away from me. You can follow me on Instagram. I put some content there. There's other platforms where the algorithm might not let me live or something like that. But if you think it would be useful for you to receive these prompts and some commentary on a regular basis, just drop it in your inbox so you can engage at your leisure. We would love that. You can find the link right in my notice. Speaking of social media, I know I bashed it, but I am up there. Specifically on Instagram, I post little short reels with a prompt or with a few prompts. And if you answer there on Instagram, I'll do a response reel with, similar commentary to what we do here when you answer the prompts. So that's fun. If you want to do that, I'd love that as well. So that's a great way to support. If you're here in the VIP and you're on Spoon and you are participating in the Spoon economy, like you out here, you throw spoons every now and then. I don't mind if you throw a spoon at me. I ain't gonna be mad at that. I'd love it actually. Also, it is Purple Friday, so I know we got Purple Gang in the house representing we got Purple Gang in here. We got some ghosts in here as well. But if you are Purple Gang of subscribers to, G here on Spoon, there's one. You can join the Purple Gang. That's a cool thing that we have here. And I'm going to be doing a subscriber only stream this weekend. So it was a good time. Re-up if you haven't re-upped. I'm going to do a subscriber only stream this weekend. If you want to show some love to someone else, maybe you ain't here flirting, maybe you ain't here trying to holler at somebody, go ahead and you can give them a sub. Hey, yo, here, let me give you this pass real quick. You can meet me in G's little private stream or whatever, and we can, whatever. You dig? I don't know. Spread love that way too. So I already got mine. Here you go. Meet me in the VIP. You can get them VIP passes for everybody else. All those things, they help. So there's that. Aquarian Mermaid, thank you so much for joining us. Ill is here. You dig? Meet me at our sport. Yeah, we're gonna do a subscriber only stream, So, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And you can learn, you can find out. Bex is like, there's a newsletter? Bex been asleep. I ain't seen Bex in here in a minute. So, yeah, Bex, it's a newsletter. All right. Hey, Miss, welcome in. It's good to see you. We have another response or two to the prompt that you see in the background. What is your most extreme personality trait and how has it impacted your life and relationships? Rachel's gotta go. Okay, Rachel, thank you so much for being here. It's always great to see you. So what are we having here? Someone has anonymously shares, I don't trust people. It got me, and the impact is it got me into loneliness. So yeah, when we can't trust, we can sometimes isolate ourselves. And you shared anonymously. I'm sorry that's what you're dealing with right now. And I know there are a lot of reasons why we learn to not trust. So Miss says, my favorite trait, I love to argue. I love to argue. I love to get into it. It's not easy, but it's me. It's just how I roll. Miss stay with them squabbles. Miss be like, yo, I'm about them squabbles, yo. I gotta stay with them squabbles. Hate it to love it. All right. You can go ahead and drop a heart in the chat if you are ready. We can go to the next prompt. I'd love to do that. All right. Hey, Johnny, it's good to see you this morning. I hadn't greeted you. You slipped in while I might have been in the middle of a little soliloquy when you slipped in, so I didn't see you. But I'm certainly glad that you are here. All right, let's find this next prompt. So here we go. Classics. What is something that you once believed that you no longer believe to be true? What is something that you once believed that you no longer believe to be true? We live and we learn and we grow, right? So something that you used to believe that experience or a wise teacher or something, some trusted person helped you come to the understanding that, nah. Miss says, I used to believe in universal morality. I don't anymore. So we search for some things. It's amazing. Some things are like extremely entrenched in our understanding of the world. And then it's like you wake up one day to a new understanding of like how things are. Coach says, I used to believe that good things happen to good people. I don't necessarily believe that anymore. It's probably true that things just happen, you know? Things just happen. And then it's up to us to make of them whatever they, you know. And I think that it's probably healthy to not be good just because you think doing so will make good things happen. Just be good to be good. Like, you dig? Like, hey, you don't need an excuse. So Beck says, I once believed that you would only get one true love, but I now think that they may come in threes. Bex is like, you know, it might come in. I might get that 3-pack Shakur. Oh, Bex, don't call me Bex. Call me 3-pack. All right. So here we go. Alexa says, I used to believe I had no control of my emotions, that they controlled me. Now I know that I can control them and can choose my reactions to situations. So I guess the biggest thing about your emotions is that they don't require, something will pop up. You'll feel something. And you might not necessarily be able to stop that feeling from popping up. The difference is the fact that you don't have to do anything about it. Just because you feel it, don't mean that that's got to govern what you do about it, right? So yeah. I think that's definitely a healthy place to be. That you can react and you can respond to situations independent of what pops up inside of you as, a wave of electricity and energy, You can attach a different story to that and then it turns into a whole different thing. So Johnny says, I used to believe that there's a higher purpose in life than enjoying it and being happy. Now I think that it is the whole purpose of life. I thought there was something more than enjoying it and being happy. Now I'm like, no, that's it. That's the thing. The thing that we're trying to get past is the thing that we need to be doing. It's like we're making up the purpose. Like we're kind of creating that. It's not a thing out there for you to go discover. Maybe it's something that you go and create. Noble Ancient says, I believe that my family was one reason that I build games, but now I no longer believe that to be true. It's decently sad I had to come to that on my own. Our boaters got to take that flight. Yeah, we'll be back on tonight. Have a safe trip. So Noble used to attribute his love of gaming to his family, but now it's like, I had to come to that on my own. All right, we have a few more responses here. Someone anonymously shares that, I used to believe that true love is out there. Everyone has a soulmate, but I don't have one. So I guess some people are meant to be alone. Some people are meant to be alone. It's the conclusion that you have drawn because you are alone now. Miss points out that there are all types of love, not just romantic. So, I can understand. One thing that we can gain or glean from the idea that things that we used to believe, we don't believe anymore. With that understanding is the fact that those beliefs might change again, right? There might be another thing that we no longer believe. There's something that we're holding on to now that might be proven false in our experience. So as deeply as you believe something, those beliefs don't have to be permanent. We're all learning through what we experience. Someone also anonymously shares, I used to think that I can change. Here I am thinking I've changed and keep falling back into old habits here and there. I guess I still believe I can, just not completely. Should I even change though? Should I even change? Yeah, that's a question. That's a question. It depends on what you want. Sometimes the things that you want require something of you that is not a part of what you are or like what you're doing right now. So have to, maybe not, but it just kind of depends on what you want. So Jay says, I used to believe that it's wise to spend time crushing on a guy. Nah, I know it's not wise, but I do it anyway. Right, Jay? You used to think it was wise. Now you just do it and you know that it's not wise. Hey, Joby, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate you. Jay's like, yeah, that's about it. Jay will have a crush and blow up my notification. Not directly speaking to it necessarily, but if you follow Jay and you're getting like 30 notifications, frantic notifications about things, it's probably a crush somewhere behind that. So, welcome in, Sigma. It's good to see you. We're talking about something that you once believed that you no longer believe to be true. Let us know, is there something like that for you? You said it's not a good thing. It's not a great thing, but it's something. Bomb is in the building. What's happening, Bomb? Hey, Bomb, check it out. Last time we spoke, you had some things going on in your life, and I'm kind of nosy. I kind of want to know how things turned out. You know, is that something we can talk about? Do I need to leave that alone or not? We learned a little something about Bomb's love life, and I'm just curious how it played out. Good morning, Emmy. Welcome in. Said Bomb's like, we talk about it. Let's talk about it. Must have been all right then if you want to talk about it. Like, let's talk about it. Let's have the conversation. Sigma's like, I used to believe and help those less fortunate. Now, fortunate side, I only help those that help themselves. Sigmund's like, I just feel like, in saying that, this is what I heard. Sigma didn't say it, but I heard. Didn't that sound like? I don't know. Am I reading it wrong? DJ Prodigy's here. What it do? Let me know. Oh, that's the wrong song. SOK says, I'm still working on this. Thought that accommodating my situation with stabilizers equates me to not being enough to regulate my emotions, and that I'm making an enemy out of my feels. So that's definitely a breakthrough. I know you're still working on that. I know this is something that's new for you. And, I want to say how much I appreciate you for taking that very scary step. As a creative person, sometimes you feel like you're gonna, lose something of yourself. But So Miss says, I used to believe I was untalented and stupid. That was funny. It's like, I used to think that, but nah, I'm actually pretty tight, yo. I got some things going for me. Gabe Riel. Good to see you this morning, Gabriel. Gabriel. Let us know, what's something that you once believed that you no longer believe to be true? That's the vibe we're on right now as we kind of start bringing this thing home, I guess. All right. If we're ready to go into the next one, we can drop a heart in the chat if you want to kind of get ready to go into the next one. But I think the next one is just for the VIPs. Interestingly, the next one is for the VIPs only. So before we get into the next one, I need to say goodbye to the folks who are watching on YouTube. Maddie Mo's in the house. The host with the most mojo is catching the last couple minutes of the public stream. We're hanging out with the VIPs right now. I think that I'm gonna have to, let me turn this, I have to stop this because it won't sound right. You're not hearing the right thing, but I'm gonna definitely shout out all the folks in the VIP real quick as we get ready to wrap up today's today's three. It's Purple Friday, so we got to have a little bit of time to ourselves. So here we go. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching wherever you are. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, all the different places that we are, glad to have you here. Let me do a quick shout out to all the folks in the VIP right now. We got SOK, Sigma Ronin is in the place to be. We got Jovi, Noble Ancient, Alexis, Autumn Elf. We got Miss up in here, Bomb, who we're gonna learn like what's going on, like what's good with Bomb here shortly. Gabrielle is here. Tim is here in the VIP. Coach, put me in, Coach. Glad to have you. Kaloli, the lowly is here. Warrior, a baseline decent blob, Tiger PFK, DJ Prodigy, Mo, Emmy, and a couple folks listen anonymously. Y'all lurking out there in them streets. It's all good. Maybe you just wanted to come and listen in from, see what this VIP thing is all about. Haven't fully signed up. It's cool. Just listen in. You about to learn. You're like, man, it's different in here. I know, right? It's a little bit different. But we'll be back Monday, 6 a.m. Eastern time like we always do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, subscribe to all the things. Just do all the things. I appreciate you.